Christian, appreciate you talking to us. It's been a few days now since the Bristol Rovers game. Before we move on to Forest Green this weekend, what are your thoughts on that one?
Overall, probably disappointing. I think it's another draw, which we were disappointed with. We had enough chances in the game to win it. Bristol did well, defended well, but ultimately we needed to get the 3 points. We didn't, but it's on to Saturday now.
It's always the case that you try and take the positives, and one of those was a clean sheet. They've been harder to come by recently than the impressive record you've been setting. So how do you just get back into that groove of picking those up consistently?
Yeah, I think it's doing stuff consistent with the way you play, the way you train, I think, and then obviously as a collective doing the right things, making sure we're as well prepared for the game as possible. And yeah, they'll come, and it's making sure we get that right and then give the lads a platform to go and do it at the other end.
Is that the best thing then? You keep working on what you've been working on and the style that you believe works, rather than necessarily adjusting your game plan to every opponent?
Yeah, I think sometimes you've got to adjust depending on the opponent, but I think if you do the right things, like more often than not, if you're gonna pick up good results and pick up clean sheets. So yeah, it's making sure that we're all switched on and dialed in for the moments we have to defend, and obviously the same at the other end when we have to put the ball in the back of the net.
Forest Green aside, up against it this season, what do you expect them to bring to Portman Road?
Obviously a new manager's gone in there, so they'll be hungry. They'll be coming to pick up something from the game. They're obviously at the bottom of the league. They don't want to be there. So no, I think they're a team that will be wanting to fight, and we need to match that and be at our best to beat them.
A long time ago, right at the start of the season, but a win up there. How much do you take from that one? The new manager, as you say now.
Yeah, I think the team's changed quite a bit since then. But when we played them, I think it was the second game of the season, that I thought they were a decent team that had just been promoted. Obviously, wanting to do well in this league. Hasn't gone to plan for them, but it's about us tomorrow and making sure that we're at it and we're doing everything right to win the game.
In a way, though, in that game, you guys took a good lead, had control. They brought one back, didn't they? And then faced a bit of pressure. Are we seeing similarities now across games that when you stand up to a bit of pressure, that's when you've got to stand up? Yeah,
definitely. I think every team in this league poses a threat. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday, right the way through to Morecambe, and when we played Morecambe, obviously we had to defend a situation in the first 5 minutes where George does really well, gets a block in, and it's those sort of things that set the tone for the game. So yeah, tomorrow will be no different, and we'll have to stand up to their threats. And they've obviously got quality in their team.
And finally, been very tough to beat at Portman Road in 3 of the next 4 at home. I know you guys focus on every game as it comes, but are you viewing that as a little bit of an opportunity to really kick on and try and get some momentum?
Yeah, definitely. I think we all love playing at Portman Road. The support's been outstanding this year. Well, who wouldn't want to play there in front of that crowd? It's been really good. So no, obviously the next home games are big for us, and we want to pick up as many points as possible and give them to something to cheer about.